Why, hello there, everybody. Economic Ninja here. You know, I thought I'd do a video today, and hopefully you can hear me good, because we're going to talk about how I structure deals. And we're going to talk primarily about palm trees and tractors. And the reason why I'm talking to you, and again, hopefully, I just thought I'd take the tractor out for a cruise today, because a subscriber asked that question. How do you look at deals? How do you do your side hustles? How do you make money? Let's check my rearview mirror to see if there's any cars. No cars coming. So I thought I'd just go for a cruise and talk to you about it, because when you talk about real estate and collapses, how you guys doing? Just going for a cruise. You know, we talk about like how to make money in bad times, and a couple of the times I actually, and stick with me if it's too loud, I'm gonna pull over here in a second. I sold palm trees and tractors during the Great Recession. I made a killing. And the reason why is because I was buying things that people didn't want or couldn't hold on to because they didn't have the money. They were losing their home. They were losing all kinds of things because they'd gotten themselves into too much debt. Just gotta make sure I'm not gonna get rear-ended here. And I'm actually cruising on a tractor that I am selling right now. So I thought it'd be a really, really fun kind of video to do. Let's go for a cruise. We're gonna stop over here and get a little quieter. I love cruising. My town is so awesome. Oh, it's getting a little bumpy. I know, it's like watching Tom Cruise drive a tractor right now, huh? That's right. Slider, you stink. All right, let's turn this bad boy down. Oh, look at that. Let's just get out for a second. So, this is my deal. I started selling tractors during the Great Recession because I always wanted a tractor. Look at that bad boy. Look at that. That's 25 horses of pure beauty right there, guys. What I did is I didn't know anything about tractors on the first day that I bought one. As a matter of fact, it was a friend of mine that knew I had a palm tree farm, and he said, hey, I'm moving. I'm leaving for Chicago. I'm going to leave California because it's crazy. I'm going to go to Chicago. Darren, I love that. Yeah, I'm leaving California. It's getting crazy, so I'm going to go to Chicago. How you liking that one? But he was a great friend, and he sold me his tractor, and he said, look, this is what really sparked my interest. He goes, look, I'm gonna give you a smoking deal. Honestly, I wouldn't even be upset if you sold it and made money, but I know you need a tractor, and I did. You know, my back was killing me from moving those big palm trees, and so I decided, I'm like, hey, I used it, and then what happened was, we fell into some hard times during the Great Recession. You know, some of our income was cut down because we lost one of our renters, and actually it was the last rental I had. She actually passed away in the property, which it was a real blessing, because I told her she could live there till the day she died, and she did. And so we didn't rent it out right away. It was hard actually to get a new renter in, and so we lost some income. So what I did is I put the tractor, and it was very similar to this one right here. I put it up for sale, and my wife was like, "Yeah, but you know, you've wanted a tractor for so long. Why would you sell it?" And I said, because we need the money. The family needs the money, and that's more important than what I have. Well, when I sold it, what I found is I went looking around on deals and seeing what these tractors were worth, and I found that they were selling pretty fast. And so I figured out my price, and I sold mine. Did sell it pretty fast, and I made a great profit. Thank you, Darren. I know these glasses are all like crooked. You know, I'll just start wearing them like this. Who cares? It'll really bug people. So I sold that tractor. I sold it pretty fast. And I said, hey, you know what? I saw a couple other tractors that they were asking much less than I just sold mine for. And I have like 3 people that want to buy it. And so I said, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and buy those. I'm going to buy one of them. And I'm going to sell it for the same price. It's about the same age. It's got the same attachments. And I flipped that thing fast. Made a couple $1,000 off that one too. That's when it started chugging, because I'd already known the price point, and I had all these people that were lining up to buy my tractor. So what I did is I saved their phone numbers, saved their email addresses. I went and got another one and said, hey, whew, man, I came across another tractor. Do you want it? And I would sell it to them. And then before you know it, 50 or 60 tractors later, I had myself a little side hustle, and it was making, 6 figures. It was really cool. Low 6 figures, nothing, 100 grand. The palm trees, same thing. I started buying, I wanted palm trees for myself, but I, really couldn't afford them until I found a really smoking deal, and it was like 300 miles away. So I rented a U-Haul truck. They were a smoking deal. They were like a third of the price of anything I could get within 100 miles of my home. So what I did is, instead of just going and buying a couple and being stoked, hey, I'm gonna put these palm trees in my yard. I'm gonna show you a piece of property me and my wife were trying to buy a little while back. Absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't pull it off at the time. The numbers just weren't right. Would have been awesome farmland for an awesome farm. But beautiful little farmhouse barn. It would have been awesome. Anyway, sorry, I digress. The palm trees, you know, I took this U-Haul truck, and someday I'll do like a full-blown video on it with all the photos back then of the tractors, the palm trees. And I loaded that truck up. And what I did is, even before I left to go get those palm trees, I took photos, stock photos, and I put them up on Craigslist, and I started listing them. Even before I owned them, I started listing them. I was literally getting pinged on my phone as I'm picking up these palm trees about people that want to buy them. Literally, the day I had 3 or 4 buddies come and help me out, and I paid them in palm trees to unload this truck. And as we're unloading the truck, people are pulling up, and they're going right from the truck to their trucks. It was awesome. And you know, I got some really good friends. One of my buddies, his name's Brandon. He was there. He got a kick out of this because he couldn't believe how fast people were pulling up and just buying these trees, and he was just cracking up the whole time. And so that's what I did. You know, I found, and going back to the palm trees, you know, people bought those palm trees because they did not, I was selling them cheaper than anyone around here. So they just wanted 1 or 2. But I bought them from a farm down in Southern California that was literally lighting them on fire, big old bonfires, because they were losing everything they had. They didn't even have the money to pay for the water, because this was during the Great Recession. So what I was doing was I was taking product from the people that couldn't think out of the box. Mark their stuff for sale, properly advertise. I'm an advertiser. I love advertising. I love getting the information out, but in a good way, right? Like good things, good products. That's what makes you a good salesman, because you believe in the product. You understand how valuable it is to somebody else, and you can translate that information, right? Well, there's people that wanted 1 or 2 palm trees. I knew I had a family that would buy a palm tree every year for me. I did this for like 5 years. As their Christmas tree. So they'd get a potted palm tree, they'd put the Christmas lights on it, and then they would go for it. They would plant it in their yard. So it was pretty cool. So anyway, I just wanted to do this short little video, take the tractor out for a cruise, and explain to you guys, you know, about like what I do and how I structure those things. But it's really about looking for items that you like, because what happens if you buy something and you can't sell it? Well, then you get to keep it, and you're super stoked. And it's all about perception. But if you buy and sell something that you enjoy, that you love, that you have a passion about, you're gonna be good at sales. Especially if you try and sell one thing. Let's say you have one thing that you like. I don't care if it's a baseball card or if it's a tractor or, you know, even a box of Legos, right? You sell it and you see how fast it goes. You get an idea of the value, right? Because it's one thing if one person, you know, it sits forever and one person comes and buys it. That means you didn't have it priced right. It's another thing if you put it on the market and within the first couple of days, you got like 3 or 4, 5, 10 people trying to buy it. You got a really good idea of what that value is. Now you just go find other people that are selling that same product for less than you sold yours for, and you start doing it, all right? I hope this has brought you guys value. I'm gonna jump back in the tractor and go for a cruise. I don't know which way I'm gonna go, but it's Saturday. It's a beautiful day. All right, guys, I hope you have a great time. The Economic Ninja is out.